No, I told you all before. I don't like eating. So when I'm
Oh
depressed, it's
no,
like eating
no,
harder.
no, not this again!
This was the beginning of the
Yeah,
fucking.
this is how we got onto the cannibal talk.
Yeah.
It was Justin
The
saying.
It was just Justin screaming about how he doesn't like eating unless it's human flesh. It was just.
That's not what
I feel like so this is a good like case and point for we can't miss weeks because there's just too much shit pent up here that has to be said, and it feels like we've missed too much. We could have had the cannibal talk 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And now here we are.
I mean, we had the cannibal talk 2 weeks ago. We've had it. I've heard it.
On full circle.
Well, it's good to see you all again.
Yes. See you too.
And hopefully,
Hi, Mark.
you're ready to
Fuck Mark, it'll be fine.
deal with the consequences of your previous actions, if
Oh,
anyone
God.
remembers them.
I remember we went to we went to the Krusty Krab,
Right,
And we
yes.
talked to some asshole, who we technically were going to kill, but now we're going to try to kill him in an easier way. Unfortunately, we fucked that up because we went to our boat, and our boat had a bunch of losers on it. We're like, oh hey, we technically own this boat now. We could have done like literally anything to get them on our side and just have them work for us, literally anything. And we decided, okay, let's do some fisticuffs. But no, some people decided, let's stab them. Oh, they're psychic blades. It's not real damage. So fuck it. Stabs them after I had suggested we have referees who are watching the fight. And then instead of just being like, my bad, that's on me. I'll take a free punch or something. Like we fucking doubled down. A bunch of other people started pulling out their weapons. I'm like, come on, man. And I over here with my guy, I was like, look, put my weapon down. For you and I, we can just do fisticuffs. This motherfucker, he had to make it serious. I'm like, all right, your death wish. If fucking bunch of people got unconscious, a bunch of people fucking drowned for like no reason, and one of our party members has a curse apparently, and she couldn't be healed. So woo, awesome. Now we have a boat that we can't properly sail because there's not enough of us. We have a meeting with some dude who before we were gonna have the ability to actually beat up. Even if he brought his friends and his goons, we could have had a bunch of pirates on our side. Like, oh, cool. No. So we have to find a way to get our ship to a different port, and we need to recoup before we have a meeting with the dude who has a literal demon with him.
He does.
It's actually a really good recap.
That was
Good
actually an
job.
excellent
Good
recap.
job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the start of the
I'm
episode.
impressed.
And because you did that so well, nobody has to know what you were saying for the past 10 minutes. Don't worry.
No, hey, Mark, cut that in. I'm not
Put
doing
it
a
in. Put it in.
I'm not doing a real recap.
Put it in.
No, that's the recap. That was the recap. I'm putting
That's
that
the recap. No, we're good. That's
Great.
it. I'm not gonna make you roll anything.
Thank
Thanks,
God. I was
Justin. Appreciate
dreading
it.
rolling because it feels like it's been so long I can barely remember.
Slight side note, I've just checked and my notes from last session I saved them halfway through, did not save them at the end, so I am lacking some notes. So I might
Nice.
yeah.
Well, it ended with Rowan not being able to be revived. Rowan is unconscious on the deck of a bloody ship.
Oh no, I got taken to
She's in the
quarters.
the bed. Yeah, we put her in the bed.
We put her in
Okay.
the captain's quarters. I do remember that.
The captain. That's the captain's
I am the captain
quarters.
now.
You are the captain now, for the time being. And there are three remaining pirates from the original crew that are left for you to talk to or work with. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to meet Amric Vanthempur at a different dock because that's where you said your boat was. And he will be visiting sometime this evening to discuss terms on a loan to transform your boat into a similar copy to the Low Lantern, this floating bar and gambling hall. So yeah, how do you want to handle that?
General question on that note, roughly what time of day is it?
Oh God, you went to the Low Lantern right when it opened.
Yeah, it was
so
right
it was
in the morning.
pretty early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
It didn't take too long to get over here to get to this place. The fight didn't last that long, as much carnage as there was. You're probably midday, if just after.
Okay.
Are we gonna say hi to people or?
What you mean, like an episode introduction?
Yeah, like have we
Hi.
started or?
No, they
Hi,
don't matter.
everyone.
It's fine.
What's up? It's
Oh,
D&D
I
time.
think we're just cold starting with you doing
Yeah.
a recap.
Okay.
Click,
Yeah, just
click
like just you launching into that, and I think we're good.
Click like. Go subscribe to Joel.
Hey, thanks.
Leave a comment about how weird Justin is.
Yep.
Thanks.
That'd be awesome.
Anyway, yeah. So I think it was me and V took Rowan into the cabin, if I remember
Yep.
right.
My character.
So I'd be with
Yeah.
her. What state does Rowan look to be in? I'm not exactly a medical, professional.
Roll me some medicine.
Fantastic.
Because you're not a medical professional, so let's see what it looks like here.
Well, having said that, I think
Justin
you'll find I have a plus
stabilized
one.
her, if I
So
recall.
that's a 5.
That's
Oof.
a 5. Rowan, do you remember what brought you down? Like the last thing?
Someone stabbed me, I think. Like
think someone did
I
stab
think
you.
that crit hit me.
So Rowan is stable in that they've been bandaged, pretty well, thankfully. So she's not bleeding out anymore. I think what you note is that she seems to be dreaming. She's unconscious. She's unable to be woken. No healing magic is functioning, but she's definitely got that like eye movement underneath the eyelids there. And it seems that like with either the results of the wounds or the trauma of the battle itself, seems to be running a bit of a fever as well. But that's about all you can tell with your general medicine check here.
Well, V, she doesn't look like she's in any immediate danger of dying, I suppose.
Yes, I don't know what happened. Both me and Francis used healing magic on her, but it didn't work, thankfully. I mean, we were able to stabilize her, but I'm worried.
What happened is that you goons decided to ramp up things instead of just being like, oh, hey, let's do something else.
Maybe we should go talk to the others and see if they know more about what might have happened to her.
Yes, I think so. And, well, if that doesn't work, we can try to wake her up. I imagine she'd know at the very least. And, yeah, I guess I'll head back to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Follow.
Okay. Yeah. Back up at the deck, and I'll just bring this up here, just because why not? You can see the bodies all over the
Carnage
place.
aftermath.
Yeah, you might as well take a look at it. I think you would note that Rhea is actually with Mortlock and tending to Mortlock's wounds. Just bandaging him up he's got like a bunch of cuts on his giant forearms here, and he's been stabbed a couple of times, but he's looking okay. Yeah, and you've got like 3 living pirates, one of them who was asleep, and they've been, kind of trying to take care of each other, but stay out of the way. They haven't run yet, which probably is on some of their minds here, but they are taking care of their various different wounds at this point in time.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go up to Francis, move over and say, Francis, we've taken care of Rowan. She's sleeping downstairs. But I know you also tried your own healing magic. Do you know what might have happened to her?
As in the thing that brought her down,
No.
or why she can't be
Why
healed
she
through
can't
magic?
be healed? Is that something she's always had?
I
I
don't
believe
think so.
we healed her before.
I'm quite sure we've used magic to heal her in the past. I can't remember exactly when the last time it worked was. It's strange.
Yeah.
Did she look any different, or?
No, she looked like she was deep in a dream, but I don't really want to wake her now. She's gone through a lot. I thought maybe you or Cyrus might know more.
Well, I'm no medical professional, I'm afraid. The most I can do is use magic to heal. perhaps someone at a temple or some sort of cleric could maybe assist her and get to the bottom of why she can't be healed.
Only
Yes,
problem
I
with that
assume you're
is we have a little bit of an appointment later. We have time for trips out.
Hugo, is there a temple or something in the lower city? Do you know?
I would imagine there's quite a lot of them, but I live in the upper city. I don't go around these parts too much, but I shall check my memory and see if I know of any.
Ah, yes. The memory.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you would know of various different locations. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, so there's a couple. I'll drag you to the big map here so we can take a quick look at it. The one you would probably be there's two in the lower city that you'd be familiar with. One is known as the Shrine of Suffering, is up in this area here. That's not a bad thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's so the Shrine of Suffering is a shrine to Ilmater. Ilmater is the god of suffering and holiness through the act of either pain or going through hardship and things like that. The priests there wear coarse fur clothing, the coarse fur side in, so they can feel uncomfortable at all times because it is a testament to their continual suffering. But they are known to have be relatively good healers and respectable clergy, and they tend to many of the I guess the lower class of the lower city, right? They would be where your homeless would go for care and things like that.
Well, I mean, there's there.
That's a little further than.
Yes, it is all
Do
the
you know
way.
of any closer ones?
The other one is going to be over here. It is called the Water Queen's House. It is one of the oldest temples in Baldur's Gate, so you would know about it. It is dedicated to Umberlee, goddess of the deep.
Oh, that one's at least a little easier. I wonder if we were able to move the ship to the proper dock, if we would be able to get to the temple in time.
Well, I would just say this out loud to the ship at large. Just if we all banded together, is it possible for us to sail the ship across the dock to the other berth?
We have
I think
three
one of your
sailors.
one of your piratey friends is going to speak up at that. Straps on another one of these bandages where he was stabbed.
Be rather hard if you don't have any training, but with some direction, we might be able to handle it. I'm not sure what you want to do with us after all that.
And he gestures around to the bodies, which are still on the deck.
Oh, yes. I mean, we could always, off they go.
Some of these are my friends, so, you know?
Yeah, they'd want to be at rest in the sea, wouldn't they? I mean, the port of Baldur's Gate isn't exactly the sea, but close enough.
Right.
He looks at the other two and just kind of struggling.
Don't think we really have a choice there, first mate. Right, I suppose. Well, better that we do it where people can't be seen. Some of them do have families here.
Well, they're not here right now, so they won't be too upset.
Right, and I suppose as new captain of the Uncivil Serpent, you would be the one to tell their families what happened.
I'm not sure I'm the new captain. More of a group captaincy kind of deal, I suppose.
Actually, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Francis
Actually, I think
is
it's the
captain.
Dread Captain Francis, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah, and you like gesture over to Francis.
With the, I mean, their families, do they know where they are? I mean, you are pirates for a living. Surely they'd, written you off as such when you took up that line of work.
We kept at least enough money to provide burials as needed. When you take up a pirate's line of work, it's pretty dangerous. Most of them wear the cost of the burial on their bodies, earrings and otherwise. And some of them have told their families that they're merchants, doing some merchant sailing, and that probably brings them a little bit of peace. I don't tell the families what happens to them. That's normally the captain's job.
Or I tell you what I'll do then. I will write anonymous letters to their families and return the items that would be used to purchase their burials to the families. Without necessarily explaining how they died, but that they have died.
Yes, we could say we won some
like
free
that's
burials at a raffle or something.
Accident on the high seas.
Something
Yes,
like
they
that.
all fell overboard.
It does happen. Big storms out there when you go sailing, and we've lost a few that way.
But luckily, as they fell, all the expensive personal effects fell off the body.
Oh god.
Right, that does seem a little bit hard to explain.
Yes. Do you know if any of them had anything particularly valuable, or is it all sort of the generic, one gold earring, couple of signet rings?
We weren't very rich. There was a mishap. A thief took everything from the ship and made off with it. Our previous captain, before you, illustrive one, went to go and find her at a bar and bring her in. But he never returned, and then you came and said that you owned the ship. So I'm not really sure what happened there.
Yes, that's a doozy. Yes.
She would be the one that knows where any of the actual treasure is. We've been in dock trying to find her for a couple weeks now.
Well, to make you feel better, how about you boys get to, express burial service, and you can take the personal effects and whatnot as a form of recompense.
He looks immediately to his new captain.
I thought we were going to return these.
Well, that seems to me to be the noble thing to do. That's what I would prefer to do.
It does just seem a little suspicious, but I suppose
We could also just, compensate them, because if you recall correctly, he wasn't supposed to get this back.
Well, Cyrus has volunteered to compensate all of them, so...
Oh, that's mighty noble of you, Cyrus.
What we could say is that it was a tradition on the high seas to take off one item of value just in case something were to happen, so that you can at least send the family something to remember them by. At least one item would be fine, and then we can turn the rest, if you want, into actual gold at the bank and send the rest there.
This one's really smart.
Oh, thank you.
He looks to his boys. Yeah, he looks to his boys, and then there's
Yeah. So, not planning on killing us, right?
I don't think so.
No, wouldn't dream of it.
right then, and he steps over one of the dead bodies still on the deck to now greet his, new captain. Holds out a hand.
I was first mate. Enwood is the name, and this is Ulflad and Henry.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Francis, as my friend said. But I'm happy for you to remain the first mate. I don't want to step on any of your toes as such. Not after we've killed half of you.
Yes. We're thinking we may need to go to the Temple of Amberley. It's also on the other side, so yeah, so we need some healing for our friend who luckily hasn't perished from the scuffle that, we got involved in, but well, it's not too far from Dock 12 actually, looking at my map, so perhaps we can just walk from there, although our friend is somewhat worse for wear.
It's like,
Right. Well, the Uncivil Serpent is a three-master, couple of big sails.
Three
With some
masts, but
help,
only a couple of big sails.
well, a couple of big sails on each of the masts.
Oh, that's a lot of big
Yeah,
sails.
math is hard. So with some help, we might be able to do this. If you just Ulflad and Henry, if it can help you out, if you're good at taking some direction, maybe we can get the Serpent over to Dock 12.
Sounds magnificent. I'm more than willing to help. Tell me, have you ever dealt with the Water Queen's house before?
I think Ulflad, you go every time before we go out.
and Ulflad like
Yes, the Water Queen blesses us every time we make a journey away from port, and I go and ask for her protection.
Mm. So are they warm there? I had some dealings with some fishermen who needed help there a long time ago, but I'm not sure if they'd be too receptive of healing. Do you think they'd help with that?
thinks a little bit.
Yeah, there might be someone there that is able to help. Some sailors find respite there. It could be entirely possible. I have not received any healing from them. I just go and pay my tithe and pray at the altar.
Well, sounds like our best bet.
Agreed.
Shout out to anyone who got my incredibly obscure Baldur's Gate reference there.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys want to try and sail this bad boy over to Dock 12?
Oh god, yes.
Yes.
Please don't
Cue
make us do a
dramatic
roll, Joel.
Oh,
Music.
absolutely going to
Ships
do
are
rolls for
animals,
this.
right? So is it animal handling?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just making sure that I write down these guys' names before I forget them immediately. And yeah, so for the first mate, we'll take up the tiller here and we'll give some instruction on how to get you away from dock and, undoing the ropes that are mooring you to this particular pier and, pushing away from it, as well as, what will need to be done with the oars until you get out into a bit of a more open water so you can maybe make utilization of the sails. Again, in the harbor, it's a bit of a slow go, right? You're never going to be under full sail here because there's plenty of ships moving in and out of the Baldur's Gate harbor here. So the first thing that will be done is you will pick up an oar and you will begin to row your way out of this particular pier. These are athletics checks to see how well this goes, and hopefully it goes pretty well. As good people as they are, Mortlock and Rhea will assist you in this, so we'll go ahead and have them roll some athletics checks as well. Mortlock with a 12 and Rhea with a 16, so hopefully you guys do pretty good. It's mostly a time issue, right? This is going to be a very time-consuming thing. Getting the ship out and away from the pier, and then maneuvering it that's 500, 600 feet out that way, and all the way across the 3,000 feet to Dock 12, maneuvering in and around these particular boats. And yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Yep.
friends.
You guys this is a good plan. This is a good plan. So roll me athletics checks. This is the time for the oars. And the other two sailors will be working on making sure the rigging is prepared and ready to get under some kind of sail way. Yeah. Oh, it's going well. 12, 8.
Are you sure you don't want me to roll
Plus
stealth
6.
instead?
It would legitimately be better.
Oh, I
if
rolled
didn't
acrobatics.
roll.
I did the wrong thing even.
Oh.
Mine should be a 3. I clicked the wrong one.
Okay, a 3.
It would be better if I didn't help.
No. You should
Oh,
help.
You have to.
Story, me too, Justin.
Wow.
17.
Wow.
17.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. The average brings up a little bit, and at least you're like bang on average at like 10 here
And then
total.
Rowan
So
fell asleep. So
and Rowan's downstairs.
Rowan ain't
still,
Rowan. That's rude.
Still not awake yet. But you're able to get the Uncivil Serpent at least away from the pier here. Those of you that want to assist with the sails, as you have to like climb some rigging as well, this will end up being some acrobatics checks as you scale the ropes
I can do it.
to assist
that.
the
Try
crew
that one.
members in getting them there. With your checks, though, for the original thing, getting this thing unmoored and moved out here is almost an entire hour worth of work to get
Right.
this thing out.
Fun times.
That's the hard part, though.
So we had a 19,
No, it
19,
is.
and
It
22.
absolutely is. So yeah, this is great. So this is 19, 19, and a 22. You're definitely able to scale the rigging rather well and drop the sails as necessary, while your first mate maneuvers the tiller around in here, so you can at least go through and eventually make your way over here. It is slow going. Is there anything that you want to do on this boat while you're here for the next hour and a half to 2 hours?
I think we wanted to strip the valuables off the bodies. And then...
Sure.
And
So
chuck them in the
that's also
middle.
one of those things.
Trent
Like
Pirate
if you're
Francis wants
out,
to do that.
if
but-
you're out here somewhere, is this where you want to drop the bodies?
I
yeah,
guess
off
whatever-
off the side of the ship that isn't facing port.
Right. Facing away and out to
Yeah.
sea, you will just plot that. Does anyone like say any rites or blessings or anything like that?
I would
to
invite
the first
the-
one. To the first one I accidentally killed. I was like, sorry, old chap.
Plop.
I
Good
would have
kersplushing
asked,
sound.
If the three pirates had any final words. I guess.
Oh
do
yeah.
themselves.
The Ulflod, the one that goes to the temple most times would end up saying a prayer to to Umberly here. They would also advise you to take some of the spare rope here and tie them in a way, and then weigh them down with whatever spare chains or things that you might have aboard. Otherwise, there will just be bodies floating in the harbor,
We can just like wrap a
which will
cannonball in with them.
which will eventually make their way to one of these docks. So they do advise you on the proper disposal of these pirate bodies. He goes,
Oh, Umberly, please take them to the depths and into your ever-waiting arms. We pray to you that the tides be safe and that the waves be low and that our sails always be full. They have served you well in their lives and they will serve you well in death.
and he, does his whole prayer thing. And
Amen.
you drop off all of those bodies and you make your way all the way across.
V's gonna chime up with that one. Should we be concerned about the three that went over on the side then that didn't have an anchor?
But you think about it this way. We're sailing away from it. They'll never know.
Smash cut to just watching these three bodies that are floating in the water off the pier
I mean,
here.
I
And there's
did-
like a fisherman like poking one with a stick.
The perfect.
I did
pride.
try to get one of them as they were sinking, but yeah, it'll be a while until they're floating again, I imagine.
Yeah. So
guess
I would say you've gotten all of the stuff. It's probably about 20 gold worth of valuables.
I have like several wounds which I just did rigging with, so I imagine I'm not feeling great. I would personally, after the rigging is done and the sails unfurled, just slump against the mast and, if I can, take a short rest in that time.
Sure. I think once the sails are there and it's maintained, other than some like light work that might need to be done to adjust some things, you all would be capable of taking a short rest here.
Okay.
Yeah, totally viable there. And I will do the same for our friends. Mortlock. Mortlock gets a short rest too. So let's see, what is his hit die here? A D8. Okay, he's a D8 plus 3. Nice. Okay, cool.
During this time that everyone's kind of like resting and we're just hanging out, I think I would probably talk to Francis. And I would say, I think after we dock and get things ready, we should probably talk to them about hiring more members again and maybe figuring out some sort of contract to actually pay them.
Well, I was honestly thinking the opposite. Perhaps we just do we need the ship? I don't know. Are we?
The ship is worth quite a lot of money.
Well, I'm not saying abandon it as such. Perhaps we could, I'm sure there are plenty of sailors or ship captains who need to leave a ship unattended for a time. Can a harbor master provide that service?
Well, we could send them out to go, have a good old gallivant and
Pirating?
pillage. And take some of the spoils. Why not?
I mean, how much does it cost to outfit the whole pirate crew?
Oh, I don't know. How much is a couple barrels of biscuits and a pat on the back? They'll be fine.
And what's to stop them just sailing away with the ship?
Well, they will sail away with the ship. We want them to.
But what's to stop them not coming back with the ship?
We did just kill quite a lot of them in front of them, and they may assume similar would happen. And I can't imagine, they'd want to avoid Baldur's Gate forever, but it's a good point. But, as to what you said, do we particularly care if they don't come back?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just think that there might be some value if we hired them properly and they got extra crew to replace everyone that they lost.
But speaking of hiring, I mean, how pirate crews often tend to work is they share the plunder, right? I don't think there are too many pirates on a salaried wage, but I may be wrong.
I'm not really sure on the workings of pirates, to be honest.
I've seen a lot of them in the courts, but yeah, it's never really any of the captains. Maybe we should talk to them about it when we're all done.
Yes, I agree. And then I think we're good at that point.
Well, actually, the only other, I would like to literally scrub the poop deck because I imagine
It's bloody.
Yeah.
It's pretty bloody.
Oh god, yeah. Can I get the pressure washer
yeah.
out and just?
Yeah.
Should probably
Anyone
clean
have
before we have
prestidigitation? Just Okay, you're gonna have guests on board.
Yeah, can you just come in here, just ignore the pools of blood?
Oh, that's good.
We're gonna turn this into a food place.
A food place?
A food.
We're gonna set out some
food
tables and yeah.
Didn't we say that we acquired it? Like, we didn't say that we've had it for very long, right?
Correct. You said you acquired it when there was no specifics asked. Amric deals in that probably pretty daily, so he's not.
The old owner's suddenly
worried
bled
about
to
it.
death. Terrible
Yeah,
shame.
it's totally fine. Okay, yeah, and so that time would pass. You get your short rest, and you would assist them in getting on over to Dock 12.
Has it been 4 hours yet?
It is not. But we find ourselves with Rowan in the captain's quarters, watching her feverishly dream about something. We go into the dream. Shrouded in shadow, a white skull wearing a silver circlet with black diamonds set on the brow and 4 bone horns mounted around its edge. Its jaw cracking and clicking as it opens, speaks to you.
Death comes for us all, and death comes most swiftly for those souls lost in Elturel.
Rowan's eyes flash, and you see tethered some 500 feet above this putrid deep wine river is a city sundered. 8 great chains bind the city to jagged posts of infernal iron which stick up from the ground like gargantuan spikes. The base of each spike is guarded by scores of fiendish creatures, and a dark orb, a void crackling with lightning, looks upon the doomed city like a baleful eye. You can hear the sounds of people within the falling city praying for their salvation, and bands of fiends roam the torn streets, looking for prey. And Rowan wakes up.
Ooh. All right. V. Hugo. Someone.
I'll rush
Do
into
we hear
the
her?
cabin.
Yeah, I think she's yelling loud enough that you could be heard on the deck. It's only one floor.
Oh yeah, we run then.
Who's
Oh.
the first one in?
Hugo can be first.
All right.
No. Again.
Oh, Rowan, you're alive. That's good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Rowan.
You really must stop nearly dying.
Believe me, I don't want to die. I don't want anyone to die. I saw. It was Ultera. It was just being pulled down, and everyone was screaming, and there were just demons and fire, and and this creature that we have to stop it. We have to stop it.
Well, you're okay now. We've made it across the port. You took a pretty nasty knock. I'm not surprised you know, feeling it a bit.
I'm gonna walk over to her side and just like, just like hold her there because I assume she's kind of shaking and things. So I'm just trying to like calm her and give her like a helpful arm.
Mm-hmm.
You.
I mean, Rowan, it's okay. It was just a nightmare. You're okay.
It was too real. Just the sound and the people. I could just smell it. It's just like burning. I think I was there. What's happening? What are we doing? We need to stop it.
Well, we were taking you to the Water Queen's house to try and get you patched up. It seems like there were some issues, our comrades were saying, in providing healing to you.
Yeah, I tried to heal you with magic like I have in the past, but it almost is as if the magic itself couldn't absorb into you. It just reflected off of your body. Are you sure you're okay?
I mean, I don't think anything weird happened, or wait, maybe when we were in the crypts, there was this black smoke, and I smashed one of the statues. No one else could see it though, so I thought I was just hallucinating.
When me and Hugo were in the chest room, you...
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
That's why we didn't know. Oh. That's
Cyrus,
not a
I
good
think,
sign.
and Francis were with me, but I don't know. I that's the only thing I can think of. Let me try something. I'm gonna attempt to cast, what's the thingy? Second wind? Because I'm still at like 1 hit point, right?
Right. So the way that we think about hit points is they've always traditionally been like, this is how much damage you can take before you die. But really, it's your like relative willpower to keep pushing on and not fall into unconsciousness. Second wind is just your natural ability as a fighter to push through and keep fighting. So yes, absolutely, you can utilize second wind here to, settle yourself, steady yourself, and feel better.
Feel better. Cool. All right.
It does not heal your wounds. You are still, cut up. You've been stabbed, still bandaged, but your natural ability and your training allows you to keep going.
So it will help until I get better, hopefully.
It does work.
Okay. Plus my fighter level. What are my fighter levels? So I rolled an 8 plus a 3, so 11. Yay! Okay. All right. So I don't know. Let's not lay on hands, but I imagine something along those lines. I would do something, and just. All right, help me up. Help me up.
Sure.
It feels like you did. I don't feel like I'm. My heart's not gonna pop out of my chest, so that's good. And I will stand up and I will try and steady myself.
Yeah. And you feel unsteady, but you're alive. So as well as you can be, I guess.
Okay. Where's my stuff? I'm gonna go and try to get my armor and everything and put it back on.
Yeah, it takes some time to do so, especially your heavy armor. It'll take about 10 minutes to get everything strapped on and prepared and things like that. I think in about that amount of time, some of the crew, as you now are for this particular ship, is asked to come up and assist in mooring to Dock 12. The first mate will say to you as you've moored there, and he goes,
well, you might want to check with the harbor master. We had our papers settled for the other docking. You might need to pay for it.
That's fine. I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, and as soon as you guys are, anchored up to it, all the lines secured to the pier itself, a man does come down, and he's, wearing somewhat official-looking clothing here. Right then, and he looks at the sun. Uncivil Serpent. I don't have you on the docket today.
I'm sorry, we're not that familiar with the docking procedures. Can we not just pull up? Do we need to book in?
There is a parking fee, an entry fee, an unloading fee, and as well the taxes of Baldur's Gate that you will need to sign for. And I need the documentation of ownership for your ship, who the captain is, who will be residing on the ship in its amount of time that it is here, and the amount of time you wish to be staying here in Baldur's Gate.
Francis, I can't help but think this should maybe go to the law guy.
It's fine. This is just bureaucracy. I've dealt with this all my life, and I'll because I do have the deed, don't I? Didn't Hugo give me the deed?
Yeah, I did.
You have the deed that no one has looked at yet.
Oh no!
I will.
I looked at it.
I will
looked at it.
I looked at it.
I probably should have read that over.
I thought that we showed the pirates though.
I will. I will just hand him the deed.
Yeah, the deed to the Uncivil Serpent.
Yes.
And we get this look over his shoulder as he reads it, and it's kind of like in this crude scrawled writing of probably the previous captains, who says, "I own this ship now. The Uncivil Serpent is mine," signed underneath with their name. Looks official enough, but for Baldur's Gate, he looks and says, "I don't think this is a deed of ownership. This just says this is mine."
But it says that I'm the owner.
It is his. He owns it.
This does not have any of the proper signatures or stamps or anything that would say that you legally own this ship.
But
if my memory serves me well, the Uncivil Serpent is a pirate vessel.
Oh, it's a common name.
I'm not sure I can have you dock here, much less be in Baldur's Gate.
I'll tell you what I'll do actually, Joel. I'll sort of stand closer to him and kind of put an arm on his shoulder and say to him, "I'm happy to pay any administrative fees required to raise a new deed if required." Then I'll pat my gold purse. I'm trying to bribe him.
Oh, absolutely.
Or offer a bribe.
The man very well knows a bribe. Baldur's Gate is by no means a clean city in that regard. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Alrighty. One moment. Oops, and that's just one.
One
I'll
more
roll
again.
one. 12.
12. Okay. He goes, well, there could be a harbor master fee that might handle all of the paperwork, signing and official documents and things like that for you that I could maybe possibly handle.
I think that is what I'd be looking for. I think 10 gold sounds like a reasonable price for something like that.
Make the offer first, man.
I think somewhere around the 15 mark seems about right, plus the Baldur's Gate taxes, of course.
That's fair. That will do. And I will. Listen, Justin, let me just.
Roughly
I'm also judging here.
17 gold with tax.
I will count out 15 gold and hand it to him.
The 2 for Baldur's Gate, though. 17.
Oh, sorry, 17. I'll count out the 17. Sorry.
Yes. And he takes that and he slips it carefully into a rather full leather pouch. Well, the civil Serpent has docked here at Pier 12. You are allowed for the terms of 1 week, and the captain's name is Mr. Smith.
Yes, that's me. Mr.
Sounds good.
Smith, yes.
Fantastic. Stamps, hands you one of the pieces of paper there and has a copy written out in his like portfolio of things there.
What was the harbor master's name again?
Never gave you
I
one.
don't think
Thank you so much for the help, sir. What's your name, just so we can make sure we work with you again?
Random generator. Elbed. You can call me Harbor Master Elbed. I am in charge of the western side of the harbor here.
Marvelous.
Write that down so I don't forget. Excellent. Yeah. And so it's been settled. The first mate, like from behind our camera, picks him and he's just like, all right. Good. I think at this point in time, this is where our friend Rowan, awake now, probably comes up from downstairs, all armed and armored.
Yes. I will walk up and I will look at all the nice blood smears on the deck.
Cleaning.
I missed a bit of a tussle, didn't I?
Yes, they but we did win, although there were quite a few casualties.
Oh, and I wonder why.
I take it Cyrus is a bit mad at us.
He's
You guys
not
could have
happy.
just been like, "Hey, pause, man."
I mean, you could have been like that, to be fair.
I
you did.
did.
Well, you didn't say it loud
I
enough.
actually did.
The din of a melee is quite strong, Cyrus. You might need to raise your voice next time.
What day? What time of the day is it?
Yeah, we're like mid-afternoon, if not going into later afternoon now. You remember that your appointment with Amric is sometime tonight after he's done with his regular work day.
He said sundown.
Work day. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan? What did I miss?
I think we need to get you to a temple and figure out what's going wrong with you.
Do we have time?
Oh, yeah, we're meeting him at night.
Okay. All right. I think there's one nearby if we're on the west side.
Yes,
Which
it's
I assume we are, 'cause
I'll
it's different to
gesture
where we were.
over the water and point at the Water Queen's house and say, it's just over there. Probably wouldn't recommend swimming, but we can walk around fairly
in this
quickly.
armor? No, not
Yes,
a chance. Please
I've
don't
carried
knock
you
me
in that
overboard.
armor. I know how much it weighs, yes.
Yeah, I will sink like a lead brick. Okay, I can go. I should be all right by myself, or
No, if it's okay, I would like to accompany you. I don't.
that's perfectly fine. Thank you. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Does anyone else want to come with us?
Yeah, does anyone else want to go?
I'll go in case something happens, I suppose. I don't know. It seems
I
like
was
it's...
planning on selling the effects and writing those letters and just getting that done with.
Well, I'm not being left on the ship with Cyrus. He seems to be in a foul mood, so I'll go along to the temple, I suppose.
I assume you say that loud enough that I can hear you.
Say it to you. Yeah.
I wouldn't be in a foul mood if you didn't kill people for no. It's fine. I'm gonna stay here with the people who are left.
Maybe you can talk with them about getting more crewmates.
Oh, do you guys miss your target practice?
Looks like
I'm
we
just
didn't
gonna
miss,
turn and
actually.
walk off the ship.
I thought we were good people, man.
Just before we sort of break off as well, I'll turn to Enward and the other two pirates and say, does one of you want to accompany me just so you can see that you're getting a fair price for the effects? And I'll also need the names and addresses of the departed crew members to write letters to.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'll handle that. Oh, Ulhard, Henry, just keep an eye out, a watch, and make sure that no other band of lovely adventurers tries to take our ship today.
They kind of give Kurt little nods, and yeah, Enward will accompany you. All right. So let's go to the Water Queen's house first. It takes a little bit of time to get over there, walking along the piers and things like that. And the Water Queen's house, again, is the oldest of the temples here in Baldur's Gate, located on this kind of like dock section here. And yeah, it would look kind of worn. And I think it would have this effect of like, it hasn't been cleaned. There's like barnacles and things all over the walls, as well as where like storm weather and water has just been allowed to exist there because this is the Water Queen's house. Kind of fits the effect. Yeah, inside you would find that there is mostly sailors in here. Some of them seem to be either praying or offering their respects, or placing money into these like little bowls. But there do seem to be a couple of robed individuals wandering around, either providing comfort to some of the sailors who maybe have lost people on their last voyage, or who are looking for that extra blessing before heading out on the seas.
I hope I don't spontaneously combust in here.
It looks like it would be a good place to combust. Everything's sodden wet.
Yes, I guess so. Who do you think we'd speak to? Just one of those people?
Yes. V, why didn't you go and fetch their attention? I'll hang back here.
Sure, I can do so. I'm gonna go up to, I guess, one of the attendants or one of the people that look like busy.
Yeah, it's a bald man with a large, like, gray beard. He's all sun-weathered. He probably was a sailor at one point in time. You do note that, like, as he like opens his palms to you to welcome you here, he has tattoos all over his arms.
Good day, sir. I was wondering if you might be of some assistance to me and my companions.
Are you looking for the comfort in the Water Queen's house? Are you looking to go on a journey soon?
No, it's a little bit more serious than that. I believe my friend has been afflicted with some type of curse or omen, and I was wondering if you or any of the other priests might be able to help her.
He makes some kind of like hand gesture sign as like a ward against some kind of evil.
Well, that may be above me, but Priestess Jalantha, the Storm Priestess, she may be able to assist you. She has the higher blessings of our god.
If it wouldn't be so much trouble, would we be able to meet her today?
Yes, let me go see if she's in.
And you like he kind of hobbles a little bit. He's just an old dude. He's been on the sea way too long and has finally found his retirement here in the house of his god. Yeah,
Just wait here.
he gestures you over to a bench that kind of sits on one of the side walls.
While we wait, Joel, how much would I know about Umberlee and Umberlee's
Roll me
followers?
religion check.
Because I know so much, but Hugo doesn't. 14,
Sure,
actually.
14. Umberlee is sometimes depicted as evil, but not necessarily because they are evil, but because of the punishment that the storms and the waves bring out on the seas. Mostly worshipped by sailors, other people traveling the sea out of fear for her destructive powers. She's sometimes depicted as malicious or greedy and vain. She controls the harshness of the sea while reveling in her own power, and she is never hesitant to drown anyone in her domain.
Nice.
Her symbol is a wave curling to the left and the right, and mostly she is worshipped by those sailors that are looking to head out to sea and to avoid the worst of her pain.
So it's like a mob boss thing. It's like, hey, you're gonna protect your business. You gotta pay a bit of money, make sure nothing bad happens to it. And that's what it sounds like to me.
Is that what she sounds like?
Yeah.
'Cause it's not-
Yeah, that's exactly. If you ever talk to her, she's gonna sound like that, but a little warbly because she's in the water.
I can't do it. I can't do the accent plus the wobbly.
And while we're
It's
waiting,
exactly
I will say to the other two, I'll go, be a little careful with these lot. They're perhaps not as kind-hearted as that old man may have led you to think.
I'm gonna assume I also know a little bit about this as well.
Okay.
So I think
In
I think
a
I
religious
would.
context or in
Yes, in the
some other
religious
context?
context.
Sure. Yeah. What are you looking for? Anything more specific?
No, I would know basically what Hugo did, just
Okay.
for my backstory. But anyway, yes, I've heard tales, but I don't think we have much choice. I pray that they're able to help Rowan, because without that, it'll be much longer before we're able to see anyone else.
I'll take
Just-
whatever help I can get right now.
Well, just be careful what this Jalantha may ask for.
Okay.
Very well.
Are all of them like really stuffy inside? All the temples, I mean? It's kind of hard to breathe in here.
I don't go to many temples, but probably.
Okay.
I don't breathe.
Yeah, some time passes and eventually the old man kind of hobbles out, and behind him you see a tall woman who seems to have like weaved seaweed and kelp into her hair. She's also wearing these like sea green robes, where she's got these like cross braids of shells and ropes across of her. She also seems to be like wearing like a thick sailing rope as a bit of a middle tie to her robes as well. And she approaches you, and she has this like long dark hair, and her eyes themselves are also like seafoam green. I hear that we are in need of assistance.
Oh, I
What
would
can the
stand
queen
at
do for you
attention.
today?
I
Oh.
jump up straight away.
Hello, my
Hello.
lady.
Hello, and welcome to the Water Queen's house. My friend here tells me that you, and she kind of looks over all three of you before, I think, settling on V. Cursed?
Not me today. And I'm gonna gesture over to Rowan. This is the one that needs your assistance, if you'd be so kind.
I am
think
capable of removing curses.
Though I would like to know the nature of them first so I may prepare adequately.
Well, there were some statues that I took a sword to, and there was, I think it's I don't know, it might not be, but you know better than me. And then there's black smoke all around me, but no one else saw it, and then it just disappeared. So, does that sound cursy?
And
It does a bit. Can you describe the statue to me?
Oh, which one was it? I don't know if I should probably say this in here. Please don't smite me. But I'm not terribly religious. But it was one of the bad ones.
That's all right.
What were they again? No. Hugo. Which ones were they?
Wait, what? Sorry, what?
The three
I'm
bad
kind of,
gods.
I'm kind of staring at Rowan like, I'm like, oh, I couldn't possibly remember, Rowan. Probably not that relevant, really.
It was the dead three. I think one of them.
Oh, yep, that's familiar.
Yep,
Yep.
that's
Them.
the one.
So
I see.
It's-
You don't
it's-
remember which one?
I didn't see her hit the statue, so
We did not.
if I did, I probably would have
Sure.
said something like, "Don't hit that statue." To be fair.
Defaced a statue of a god.
Yes. It was a bad god, in my defense. Evil and sinister and...
All gods have their place, and she kind of like gestures up to this depiction of the avatar of, the Queen of Water, including our own.
V's gonna chime up at that point. Of course, we mean no disrespect whatsoever.
No.
What she is trying to say is, the effects on her. We cannot heal her by magic any longer, which is
I
the main
see.
problem. So
It is a
If-
quite complicated spell to cast, and will require payment, of course.
Oh, of course, we wouldn't think otherwise. We would want to assist you as well as the Water Queen in any way possible.
All hail Umberly.
She kind of gives you a side eye and a bit of a smirk. You don't wear that very well, but that's all right. The normal cost for this level of actual curse removal, and not just some sailor superstition, will run about 200 gold pieces. This is a true curse removal, is it not?
If it sounds like it is, I mean, this is the first time
You
I've been cursed.
defaced a statue to one of the dead three, who are, in my knowledge, rather vengeful. And if they had taken special care to curse you in such a way, then yes, it will be time-consuming and exhausting to remove.
How much time?
May we have a moment to discuss it amongst ourselves? It's
Of
quite a lot of money.
course. And she turns and moves with the older man who bows deferentially. They move away.
How much gold do you two have?
Not much on
20
me. We
pieces.
gave most of it to we left them at the house, so
I mean,
I don't think we have enough.
I certainly don't.
I have some, but I can't really
too
give it to
much.
this place.
I can't help but think that the price is much more than it generally would be. I don't think she likes us very much.
I think I got that. Maybe I could work it off or something. I don't know. Spread the word of Umberly. Be what are they called? Missionaries or something? I have no idea.
I
Well,
She may have a task that she wants doing, but I would be relatively remiss to undertake work for them. Perhaps you can
I
convince them
wouldn't-
to make the price lower or owe them a favor, maybe?
I'll try. I mean, I don't want to get you guys roped into it, so let me see what I can do. I'm gonna
Yes, because
turn back to her.
the
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Go ahead,
If you
V.
want to catch me, go for it.
yeah, I before I catch you, I think the only asset that we have with us right now is the ship, and we just just to go back, we just work so hard for that. I would be saddened to lose it so quickly.
No. Let me see what I can do first. I wouldn't want to do that, and I don't think we're allowed to. We're not the captains. All right. Excuse me, Jalantha.
Yes.
Truth be told, I do not have that sum of gold. That rhymed. Isn't that fun? But is there another method of payment you would accept? Perhaps I could spread the word of the house. Or...
Perform some kind of service for the church, you mean?
Yes, exactly. If you could assist me in removing whatever it is afflicting me, I would be happy to owe you.
Interesting. I will have to think on what that would be.
Certainly.
Maybe you can come back in a week or so.
Would I be able to be cured now?
Oh, you're looking... Well, I suppose if we just keep this favor as something you will have to do in the future, I could look to remove this curse now.
Certainly. I would very much appreciate that. I don't know where else to go, and I have very urgent matters to attend to, and I would like to be in fighting form.
V's gonna look over to Hugo and just, like clench her fists, like just doesn't feel. She looks like just uncomfortable and like worried for her friend.
I'm gonna try to get more uncomfortable. I'm gonna psychically whisper to V, and my voice will ring out and say, "Don't worry, I probably feel more awkward than you do at the moment." And I'm gonna smirk at her while I do it. You can respond, by the way, in your mind.
Oh, okay. I was like, so Hugo's never done this before, right? To any of us,
No.
I guess. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know you had this ability, Hugo. Why are you uncomfortable? Also, hello?
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's somewhat of a party trick I've acquired recently. Let's just say I have prior engagements with third parties who somewhat prohibit me from helping out our fine watery friends here. Do you remember when I went to the Temple of Tamora to remove my own ailment?
Yes, that was only a few days ago.
Yes, I seem to remember I gave them not much more than a single coin, and I may have received somewhat of an ominous slap on the wrist.
We could just add it onto the list of things that are ever growing. It's fine. We'll deal with that later. We have.
I mean, on the upside, we don't have to come back and help here, and when they come to find Rowan, we, off the side of the ship.
Yes. It does sound like a plan. And I'm just gonna turn back to the conversation that's going on. Just looking actually more worried than I was just a second ago.
Well, as long as you're accepting of that favor in the future, in service to the Church of Umberley, then yes, I suppose I could prepare things now for your removal.
That would be so appreciated. Thank you.
Good. Yes. All right then. I will need. She like looks over and says, "Elbrin, please prepare the chamber." Yes. Fresh seawater. Thank you. Yes, I will be there in a moment. Now, Rowan, was it?
Yes.
Please, come with me.
Okay. How long do you think this will take? Just so I can let my
The
companions.
ritual of this spell is about an hour.
Okay. That should be fine. All right. I'll see you guys in an hour then. Don't wait. I know how to get back to the boat if you want to go back.
Oh, I think we'll wait here, you know.
Okay.
Bad experiences with... Well, never mind.
Okay.
Yes, we're not going anywhere.
Wish me luck, I guess.
You know the word if you need help.
Yes. Banana bread. Okay. We can do it. I'm going to follow the lady.
Perfect. And as you do, I think that's a good time for us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll figure that out, and we'll figure out what's going on the ship and this money exchange and whether or not Rowan actually gets to be curse free.
It's going to be Cyrus there like, I am so sorry.
Welcome back. Let's do some more D&D stuff. And I would like to start out by going to see what Cyrus is doing on the boat.
I would like to talk to the 2 crew members who are still on the ship.
Ulhad and Henry are still there. And they're just kind of sitting. They're not really doing much.
Hey, so... I don't know if you could tell as my... How do I want to refer to them now? As the people who I am currently working with were leaving, but I was very annoyed at what they did to your crew. On behalf of the people I currently work with, I would like to apologize. It got out of hand, and frankly, wasn't necessary in the first place.
Gotta look at each other. It's a pretty good apology. Kind of accept that. Most of our friends are dead now, so can't really fix that one. I think both of us are just happy to still be alive and not have suffered whatever that bleeding eye and ear thing was, because that looked horribly painful. Downright terrifying, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, that was I appreciate it. Are you here to make sure we don't leave with the boat, or why are you here and not with your people you work with?
Same reason they're here. I point upper to where I assume girl and big man are.
Yeah. Girl and big man. They're just. I think they're probably playing cards together.
Yeah. Just I did not have a reason to leave the ship. We have business later on, which could also get scrappy.
Right. What is this business you've been talking about? You guys seem really worried.
So, I guess if many of you have family here, had family here, you would be.
Well, I'm from Neverwinter, but Henry here, yeah, he's a local, and Henry hasn't spoken this entire time, and he just kind of looks at you, deadpanned.
How aware of you are? How aware of the Vanthampers are you, Henry?
Henry don't talk too much. I think Umberly stole his tongue at some point in time, way back when. But that's all right. What we know about they're the Dukes, though, right? And Henry's, right. So they're the Duke here in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just like a kid from the woods, essentially.
Right.
Came
right.
here to do some good, some greater good, and
How's that going for you as you murder my friends?
I did not. But it's not going very well.
Seems that way. Yeah.
I've been trying my best, though, man. But I'm realizing that you are all pirates. I don't like how.
Gotta
how
make a
noble
buck
of
somehow.
Pirates are you? Right. No, totally understand. Absolutely understand. And you know, I'm not trying to pass judgment or anything, especially considering what the people I work with have done very recently. So definitely not passing judgment there.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least
sometimes
if I would.
the risk of piracy and the things that might happen to you are worth the rewards and being able to bring that back to your family or supporting yourself outside of piracy. I wouldn't say we were a very kind crew, no, especially not under the last captain. Had us do some horrible, terrible, awful things.
Yeah, he seemed not great. He seemed not great. Although once again, I cannot really say that our new captain is going to be better because of the name they've decided to give himself. But you know, anyway, suffice to say, you know, I just.
What is going to happen to the ship here? What are we going to do? Are we going to be pirates? You going to sail out of Baldur's Gate here after your business is concluded?
I don't know. I doubt it. It's possible that that they might like hire you to continue doing piratey things. I don't know. And then like,
what's to stop us from not just sailing away with the ship? We're pirates.
At this point, it's very possible that they're just going to try and figure out where the rest of your family lives and hold that against you. I don't know. At this point, I cannot be surprised by anything that the people I work with do at this point. But
they're really thinking about that last line there. They're like, oh God, okay.
But I would like to think that we could have some sort of beneficial relationship. It's possible that we could do some weird. We could like sell the ship to you all or something. I don't know, because technically I don't own the ship.
Right.
So
well,
I'm not entirely sure. That's not my decision.
We
I
don't
would
have
suggest,
much gold since that one girl took all of the money.
Yeah.
So we can't really
I
buy a
recognize
ship.
That. I definitely recognize that.
We also don't have a crew, and
Yep.
When we were trying to recruit previously for the Uncivil Serpent, most people didn't want to work with us due to our rather brutal reputation.
Right. For what it's worth, it's possible. It is possible that you could have like still sail, but maybe like do something different. You know, I assume.
Oh,
you've
you
been
mean
around
like
a long
going
time.
straight, like being merchants or something?
Yeah, maybe you could be like a sightseeing vessel, perhaps. You don't have to get into super dangerous situations. Maybe you get some rich nobles to pay you to go along the coast here.
Rich nobles do that kind of thing.
I have no idea, frankly, but maybe. Look. This is the first time I've seen a body of water this large. It's very pretty. We have a nice like lake, pond, and waterfall back in my little like hamlet place. But you know, it's very, very large, very pretty. I've heard some things about the Sword Coast that are kind of nice. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I assume you've been to really like beautiful places here. Anyway,
What is this conversation?
the idea, essentially, what I'm saying here is try to talk to the captain about maybe like what all of you would like to do.
Oh, well, I think Henry and I here would like to, firstly, stay alive. That's pretty good.
Right.
Liking that right now. It's enjoyable. Just getting over this stab wound that I've got here. And make money.
Right. Yeah.
Two pretty simple things. Keeping food in my belly and drink on my lips. That'd be nice.
I mean, yeah, that could probably be arranged in some fashion. Once again, I'm not from the city. I don't know a bunch of ways to make money. I'm more used to working with my hands, but I see no reason why we can't like figure out some situation that works for everybody here. I'm not from the city, man. I haven't dealt with these like kind of like group dynamics before. man, like I would work with the other people living around me, but there's so many people, man.
A crow lands on the water barrel next to you. Kind of cocks its head to the side.
That was a good crow noise. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I was like, oh.
Thanks. Cocks its head to the other side. Another one lands on the railing behind the two men you were speaking to.
Hey, guys. I'm not a sailor. Does this mean anything? Because I'm a little uncomfortable.
Third one lands on the wheel. Kind of pecks around, ruffles its feathers. No, crow. Now, seagulls tend to be around. He like looks around, and a seagull drops from the sky and falls onto the deck, dead. Right. Normally they're alive. And a crow flutters down and begins pecking at the seagull. The other three crows leap upon it and begin tearing apart the seagull on the deck. That's not... It's not really normal, is it?
Well, I've heard that these birds eat a bunch of different things. I also heard that they're relatively smart. I'm gonna take my birch staff and kind of like move it over and be like try and like get them to perch on it, like hello birdie.
They're pretty preoccupied. Roll me an animal handling check.
Oh my god.
20, baby! Not net, but
nice.
20.
Yep. One of them, with a seagull eyeball in its beak, hops up onto the staff and kind of cocks it at you until it the eyeball down and sits there staring at you on your staff.
Why do I make terrible decisions? I'm gonna pull the staff closer and try to like touch the top of the bird's head.
Why would you do that?
It leans
But
into
why?
it and like kind of nuzzles in there.
Oh.
And you're now petting this crow.
It's murder bird.
Cyrus with his crows and skeletons. Someone or
The one campaign where I'm not trying secretly to become a necromancer. I'm becoming a necromancer. All right, they seem fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back with his little friends.
They go about their business of destroying this bird carcass. And I think that's in our movie where we leave that scene and we go find brighter futures somewhere else with our first mate and the brand new captain of the Civil Serpent. Where are you going?
Well, I don't. I mean, how does it? Is there a post office or
Is there
you know,
a post office?
Does the Royal Mail have a branch in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, sure. Why?
Well, to write the letters to.
Oh, okay.
to send.
You're looking for a postmaster location.
Yeah.
There is a place known as the Counting House. It is right here, just north of the Water Queen's house in Baldur's Gate. So the Counting House would be known as one of the centers of trade here within the city. Most of the official paperwork and money changing hands for all of the goods that come in and out of Baldur's Gate's harbor, all of those transactions happen here. More than likely, you will be able to find someone there willing to send some letters for pay.
Sure. Well, essentially, what I want to do is obviously like find like a little desk and get set up with is it Edward or Edward?
N-word.
N-word.
E-N-W-A-R-D. N-word. I am now regretting everything about that. His name's Edward now. And
Yeah?
that is official.
fix that.
That
Just
is
a little bit of
official. I will go ahead and
That's
my
also
random
recorded
generator
for
made
all
that
time.
Hey,
That's
hey,
an
Joel.
all-time classic moment.
Hey
Oh,
Joel,
God.
you know that the second to last letter in his name, that R, is it a hard R?
Holy fuck.
That's so good.
Thank you, Don John's random generator for names.
It's so messed up because like we saw you write it down.
We only noticed it then.
Yeah.
I'm full of so much regret
Yup,
right now.
That's your choice,
Edward.
Edward.
That's one of the all-time greatest
I
moments of the show, I think.
I cannot have a single episode without me doing something incredibly stupid.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, God, that's hilarious.
Oh goodness.
Edward and you go to the counting house. All right.
Flustered him.
So essentially, what I wanted to do was find a space where I could write some letters with Edward next to me, and like he would tell me, you know, where they live and the name of the departed crew member. Write the letter and then post it from there, but also include one of the trinkets or pieces of jewelry to send in the letter with it.
Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. The building itself is kind of fortress-like with dense walls, and the entirety of the top 2 floors are windowless. Yeah, you enter in, and it is busy in here, as it would normally be for a city of this size with the amount of trade going in and out. I think what you would note, though, is that everyone seems to be a bit on edge. People aren't being very friendly with one another, but deals are still being made. You would be able to find some kind of desk somewhere. Let's say they have one for rent. For a silver piece, you can rent a desk and some quill, ink, parchment, and paper for an hour.
That sounds like it would do the job perfectly. I shall do that.
Okay. And so we go down the list of the Don Johns, please don't fail me this time. Of the people that unfortunately perished in the battle for the Uncivil Serpent. Do you just do the ones that were on the ship, or do you also include the ones that you guys killed in the bar?
I would say just the ones on the ship, because those are the only ones that I have the effects for.
Sure. Yeah, so you end up doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 total of these letters.
Nice.
And provide the effects in so which, and the amount of postage necessary to send each of these things. Postage is relatively cheap. I'd say for a gold piece, you cover all of it.
Okay.
And you deposit it with the messengers of the counting house here, and they will take it to the various different places in Baldur's Gate that these people lived in the lower portion of the city, and distribute it as well as they can. The first mate looks at you appreciatively as you do all of this.
Them families would, they'll be rightly appreciative of everything you've done here, Captain.
It's only a small thing, but I suppose it might help. At least we'll let them know.
Well, Captain, if you don't mind me asking, what's your plan for the civil serpent?
I don't know yet. We might need your help later this evening for something. I'll need to speak to my colleagues about that to see if they wish to include yourselves, or if you will need to make yourself scarce for the evening. As for long-term plans, well, I'll just be honest with you, Edward. We're not pirates ourselves, and
Right.
additionally, we've maybe toyed with the idea of sending yourselves and asking to hire some crewmates out, but I'm just being pragmatic. What reason would you have for returning to Baldur's Gate with the ship if we're not on board it?
That is a really good point there, Captain. You've got a right good brain on your shoulders. We are pirates, and once we get out of port, if we don't like what's going on there, a captain normally sails with the ship.
Exactly, and I don't have any plans to become a pirate and sail the high seas. So, whether we let you go, well, not that you're being held hostage or anything like that, but I mean, ask you to find employment elsewhere or what? I'm not sure exactly what, but we still have the rest of these personal effects to sell, and then obviously you'll get all the gold from that. And then we'll see where we stand after this evening, I guess.
Right, okay. This evening's business, is it likely to get the rest of the crew killed?
I wouldn't rule it out, but it will be dangerous. And we would.
So, seeing as that you're the new captain and we aren't being paid yet by you, are we really obligated to stick around for this potential dying?
Well, I suppose that's a fair point. If we do decide to ask for your help this evening, we shall pay you for your help.
Right, okay. How much are we talking here? I think it will vary how much the boys are willing to give their lives for.
Well,
normally piracy is promises of greatest riches and treasures that you will ever see, and we saw a lot of it before it was stolen from us.
Well, what I would say is it may not be that you have to actually fight. We might just ask you to sort of stand around and look tough. But then, if fighting does break out, we would ask you, stay away and not get involved.
Right. Oh, okay. The lads might be keener on that then. Yeah. Okay. I'm worried a bit about our future, but new captain, if you decide that you want to sail with the Civil Serpent, then obviously you have the deed and it is yours.
Well, that all sounds good. And like I said, probably tomorrow we'll have a better idea of what exactly we want to do with the ship, and where we will go from there.
Right. Okay. Tomorrow then. Let's go get all of this exchanged then, huh?
Let's.
Yeah. And in this place, you'd be easily enough able to get the 20 gold worth for the effects there from various different buyers within the building. I'm not going to have you haggle for any of that. It's worth 20 gold. You receive 20 gold.
Nice. I will give the 20 gold just straight to Edward and ask him to dish it out to his fellow pirates.
Well, thank you. That's mighty kind.
He puts it into a rather empty coin purse, and it now jingles nicely with all 20 pieces of gold in it.
So, is there any other business we need to attend to before whatever tonight's supposed to be?
Perhaps we should go for a late lunch.
I could eat some. Yeah.
Well, let's do that. So I guess we'll just find a modest establishment, have something to eat, and then go back to the ship.
There's a place called the Smiling Boar. That is about halfway between where you're at now and getting back to the ship.
I will have anything if it's encased in pastry. If there's anything like that.
There's absolutely something like that. They definitely do meat pies. So you could probably get away with that as well. So yeah. Do you pay for his lunch?
Oh yes,
as his new employer.
What kind of captain?
Yeah, as the new
lunch.
employer.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So the menu of the boar, just for some flavor, features renamed bawdier versions of traditional breakfast dishes, like the Sow's Delight and 3 pigs in a blanket. And all of the drinks are served in mugs that are shaped like pigs' heads.
Nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's good. Good. And yeah, so you enjoy your time there. And I think that's a perfect time for us to go catch up with our poor cursed friend heading into the back of this temple here to the
I'm gonna get
Queen of the
possessed.
Sea.
No, wait, I'm already possessed. No, I'm not. I'm cursed.
Yeah. So you followed Jolantha, the
Mhm.
archpriest here, to the back. And in this room, there is a large copper tub full of very clearly seawater. Inside, it smells like salt. You can see like kelp and seaweed and things floating around in the tub. The room has a large window towards the back, circular, looking out over the harbor, and you can see like tops of the ship's masts and things like that as they sail by. Things are being prepared. Please do disrobe and enter the tub.
Okay, that'll take me. Would you mind getting the clippy thingy on the back? It's a little bit stuck.
Oh, yes, of course. She like reaches back there and she unclips. So many fasteners for this. You wear this all the time. It seems so heavy.
It is. Oh, it's a good workout, I guess. After a while, you kind of just get used to it. But rather that than a sword through the gut. Oh, wait, no, I got that already.
She like notes now, like you've got all these bandages on and stuff and like that, and the blood is seeped through some of it. Oh, it did seem like you took a bit of a wound there.
Yeah, don't mind that. Hopefully once whatever's wrong with me is gone, I'll be right as rain. Just a couple healing potions and should be fine.
Right, okay.
Do I have to take the bandages off too, or?
No, I think the bandages are fine. I'm worried they might be the only thing keeping your insides in.
Yes. It'll make a rather interesting stew here if they were to come out.
The salt will sting a bit, though.
Didn't think about that. Okay. It can't be worse than being stabbed, right? As I get in the bath, I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, it's like, and it is cold seawater too. It's just cold and stinging, and
Okay.
and you can swear there's like something that swims by your ankle.
Whoa,
in
is
the
there
tub.
something in here with me?
Well, there might be one of Umberlee's creatures.
That's cold and it hurts and it's hot at the same time. But okay. All right.
Relax. Breathe.
Okay.
This will take some time. And I'm going to need you to take a very, very deep breath.
Okay.
She walks over to the tub where you are and helps you as you breathe in and breathe out. Now, under.
What?
And she shoves you underneath the water and holds you there. And you can see her mouth moving and you like hear this, muffled sound of whatever she seems to be saying. And she holds you there
How long?
and keeps holding you there.
Oh. When should
And
I start fighting?
keeps holding you there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab her arm
Uh-huh.
and I'm tapping out. Let me out.
Uh-huh. She continues to look upwards, and you note now that the entirety of her eyes have turned this seafoam green. And her grip seems supernaturally strong as she holds you in the tub.
Can I? Oh, I guess I can't, but I'm gonna try and pull her arm
Sure.
off my head.
Roll me an athletics check.
Cool. Gonna go well. 11.
She holds you under. You feel the last bits of your air beginning to escape, the pressure of your lungs emptying, and then that rush of seawater in.
Oh, farts.
Until,
Bitch is
again,
drowning
for
me.
the second time today, your world goes black.
Night.
In an amount of time that you have no idea. You see yourself floating in an enormous body of water. It's dark all around you. There's barely filters of light above you. And an enormous woman, body colored like the sea, blues and greens, her hands like talons, her elbows with fins, and green hair made entirely out of seaweed and kelp. Her eyes look like pearls. She opens her mouth and it sounds like the fiercest storm at sea. And then you are pulled out from the water, coughing and sputtering, seawater spilling out of you as Jolantha kind of holds you in the back and says, "You're okay. You're okay. You're okay." And us at the camera form see as the water comes out of your lungs, it's blackened. It's dark,
Gross.
viscous like oil, and dumps into the tub there. She goes, "Huh? It was a real curse." Now out of the water before something else happens. Get up.
I'm out.
Yep.
I'm like
And she,
falling
like-
over the side.
And she hands you this like kind of coarse-ish towel. She's like, yeah, dry off.
Oh.
Get warm. And you feel freezing, shivering. I'll get a fire made. Okay. And she goes and she casts some magic into the hearth there. And says, "Dry off, warm up. I'll go let your friends know what's happened."
What? I saw something. What was that?
What do you mean?
Like a sea creature or something, just like massive and just seaweeds and pearly eyes. Is that normal?
No. You weren't down there very long.
It did. Well, I think it said something, but it just sounded like a storm. I couldn't make out what it was saying.
Huh. It seems that I may not need to make the decision on what your favor will be.
Well, what?
In due time. Warm up. I'm going to go let your friends know. And eventually the priestess will come out and go over to V and everyone. She'll be fine. She's a little bit worse for wear. It seems she's had a very long day. But the process is complete. The curse has, as far as I can tell, been removed.
Well,
Thank you.
did you come to an arrangement, or is it simply a favor owed?
It seems that that decision has been taken from me. And she gives this kind of small smile. It may be that the queen herself has something in store as payment, and I'm not going to be one to get in her way.
Well, that sounds... Well, I can't tell if it's fortuitous or not, to be honest, but perhaps in the short term.
Your friend is alive and no longer cursed. I think we can at least be thankful for that.
Of course.
Yes.
Well,
Good. I will see her dressed and out to you as quickly as possible. Just wanted to let you know her condition. In the intervening time while you're alone, Rowan, do you do anything in particular?
Is it moving?
It seems to just sit on the surface of the water, much like
do a
oil.
shot.
Ugh, can't believe that was in me. Gross. And then I'll just put my kid on as best I can.
Yeah. And she arrives in and she like helps you do the backside of it. Because these straps are just ridiculous. And well,
thank you. I'm sorry if I offended at all with my.
you didn't know, and that's okay.
I just
when you're
don't
called
like
upon.
what it does to people, this religion thing. So.
Unfortunately, I think you might have bound yourself to something that you know nothing of. If and when you are called upon, you should probably answer.
Okay. Will I be drowned again? Or how will I know?
Well, unfortunately, one of my talents is not knowing the future. You may be.
All right. I will be on the lookout then, and I will surely answer. I owe you that much, so thank you.
Come. And she like leads you out of the place there, and we watch as like some of the acolytes move in and begin to dispose of this cursed water now, I guess. And you are deposited back to your friends.
Didn't die. Yay.
Good job.
I'm back. Thank you.
2 out of 2, not dying. Very impressive.
Very, very good day. This has been an eventful day, and it's not over yet. How much time do we have? Why am I looking at my hand? There's no watches in this world.
It's a little sundial. It's
Yeah.
like, but we're inside. Dang it!
We should hurry back.
We should make our way back, yes.
It
Alright,
is late afternoon. If there were any preparations to be made for the arrival of Amric, then yes, now is going to be a very, very good time to accomplish those. I think this is where we find everyone arriving back either from a late lunch, a removal of a curse, or making friends with crows back at the Civil Serpent.
Is there an apothecary or something along the way I can grab a quick old slug of a health potion at? If we have one.
So I will let you know, health potion standard cost is 50 gold.
Why is everything so expensive? Okay, never mind. Do we have
Because they
any?
are
I don't know.
physical magical items. They are expensive.
Okay.
Okay, so upon hearing Rowan say like that she wants to, and like I would assume that we would just explain how expensive they would be to her. Are you now that you're cleared? Would you like me to try to heal you?
If you've got any juice left, that'd be great. Here we go.
On one condition though.
Yes.
Never destroy any random statues without me and Hugo around again.
Okay. Yeah, I promise that.
Certainly don't do it with me around, for goodness sake. And also, if you get me drowned by some wrathful sea god, I will be utterly furious.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds, and I'm just gonna like grab her.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Money, money, money,
5.
money.
For 5. Yeah.
All right, almost back to half health. Thank you.
Rowan, again, as short rests go, you have spent enough time within the temple that you could also utilize a short
my hit
rest. You will get back your second wind, your action surge, and you can go ahead and spend some hit dice here as well. Again, I try to make everyone move over to a thought process of thinking about like this is you have rested, your willpower is being restored, you are more capable of fighting, rather than your physical well-being as in hit points.
Okay. I can use multiple, right?
Indeed, you can use up to your level amount. You
Say
only
that after
recover.
I cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you can use up to your level amount, but you only recover half the total on a long rest. This is to simulate a bunch of hard adventuring days in a row and the toll that would take.
Okay. Right, I'm almost back to full, so that's good. Thank you.
All right. So you return to the Civil Serpent. Everyone is there. Rowan with hair a bit wet, but otherwise looking much better than they did a couple of hours ago. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna spring on the ship. Say hi, everyone.
Yeah. First thing you guys would notice is that there's crows just kind of chilling around. They, by this time, would have finished whatever is left of the seagull that was on the deck.
Just like bones, or did they eat everything?
Well, probably some bones remaining, but mostly would have eaten it.
Nice. What happened here?
What is that?
Oh, these are our new friends.
Friends?
Yeah.
What did they kill?
Yeah, it's a seabird.
You.
Yeah, it's nature.
Are
Creatures have to
they-
eat too.
Are they around like the random like ship? Is there like you said 4, right? 4.
Yep, there are 4, and they're kind of
Okay.
like hanging out on the railing or
Okay.
one on a
They're not
water
just like
barrel.
all around Justin like some creepy.
No, not in some creepy
Cyrus
circle.
just
There's like
like-
one up in the crow's nest, just like hanging
His
out there,
two
just
hangs.
on the ship.
Okay.
I have to,
alright,
I have
cool.
to learn a spell to become a member of the crows.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will truly be a murder of crows. And we
As
just,
you could become a murderer.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they acting suspiciously? Are they acting like not like normal animals, if that makes sense? Because why are crows on our ship? It would be quite weird.
It would be.
Yeah.
What is your level of understanding for how crows naturally act?
Well, I have a crow tattoo in real life, but Hugo probably doesn't, so...
Okay.
Probably not great, to be honest.
Okay, let's just roll a nature first.
Nature.
Let's see what your general knowledge is
3.
for crows.
They're
3.
birds.
They're birds, and they're kind of smart. It is weird that they're on the ship. You don't have much more to go on than that, but I will allow you to roll an insight check here. You're going to watch one of these birds and see if it matches up with your understanding
I would be
of crows.
superstitiously seeing, like, are they watching us, basically.
Mhm.
It's not even better, it's a 4.
The croning.
Yeah.
Oof.
The crows, arrayed as they are around the ship, and they look at you occasionally. They look at some of the other people on the boat. They look out towards the sea. Some are looking in. Like they seem to be doing bird stuff, but kind of just hanging out on your ship.
Cyrus, what did you do to get them here? They look rather comfortable.
No, they just kind of showed up. Killed and ate the seabird. Yeah,
I'm
I gave
gonna
gave one a little bit of a pet.
You stroked
They're
one of them?
just chilling. Yeah, it's,
That's not
I
normal.
I live in nature, man. I come across animals all the time. I'm used to handling them.
Yes, but
Do they,
crows.
do they normally flock to you like this?
I'm okay with animals. A lot of animals like me.
I guess I mean, has a flock of birds landed near you and spent time near you?
I mean, sometimes I'd be hanging out under the large fruit tree near our home, and songbirds would be up in the branches or come down and pick some seeds from every now and then. But I mean, yeah, it's,
I hate to interrupt the discussion of birds, but it is getting rather late, and we should prepare for what's to come and decide
Yes.
what we're going to be doing with our new friends.
Well, how do we want to handle it? I've said to Edward that we should call upon him and the other two to aid us if we want to, or I mean, I assume we're just going to
Does
lead
the
them on.
ship have any cannons?
There are
Blast
some.
him.
Yeah, in the back. I don't think this
And
is
I blast
necessarily a warship. We've kind of just used like a general map for this, just like it's out of the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's got some mounted ballistas. Gunpowder isn't very. It's not widely used or widely known just yet. It's always kind of been like on the edge of things, but like ballistas and like deck catapults and things like that are the things that would be utilized.
I mean, we have quite a defensible position, should things come to that. Or we could just go through with taking the loan and discuss what kind of decor we want.
So I guess my question is, actually, you know what? Is there I guess I'll turn to Ulhad.
Yeah.
So is there like a planning table somewhere in here in the ship?
Oh, yeah, downstairs. You will have seen it when you went to the captain's quarters. There's a full navigation room there.
All right. We should probably all just like go down there, hash some things out. I guess we could leave a few up here. I mean, Mortlock and his friend, they seem to be fine just here playing cards.
My name is Rhea.
Yep.
Justin sat on the ship with him for like the last 3 hours.
Didn't say a word to either of them.
Nope.
Hmm.
I mean, I wrote her name down and everything. She's right under Mortlock, but Cyrus.
Well, how's everyone feeling?
You just like watch everything. If we have some like you both would know if things
So,
get down to business.
Here's the thing. If my brother happens to see me here on the ship, don't you think that would be rather suspicious?
You
Well,
have a
we
great
could-
point there.
We could ambush him, welcome him, or invite him downstairs or down into the, what's that thing called? I don't know.
The hold.
The hold. There we go. Or just to see
He
what
won't-
space we have to work with, and then boom, you catch him and you kill him. Haha, easy.
I can wait downstairs for him to arrive, and then I jump out and give him a big old grab. And
Exactly.
So
Squeeze the
he
life out of
will
him.
have some of his people.
Mm-hmm.
What is the plan with them?
Okay, first things first. Is it on site? Are we going to essentially just have this be a trap where we get them onto the ship? We're like, yeah, cool stuff. We just inherited. Sorry if there's any residue. So yeah, this is what we're working with on the upside, and then like we bring them down into the hold, and then we just immediately like coup de grace. Or are we trying to get information or anything like that? Essentially, what I'm asking is, do we plan on literally jumping in and trying to kill him as fast as possible?
No, I think we need information from him, right?
Well, that would be useful. How to get to the mother. And to Thaddeus? Is that the name?
Thaddeus Krieg.
That's the name. I remember names. I did.
Mhm.
Yes.
The whole reason Rhea's here.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I feel like if we can take him alive, we should, but
Yes.
I don't think we should potentially risk ourselves by.
We try and capture him. We deal with the guards and whatever
right,
matter.
that's
you can
that's
put them
the
to
issue.
sleep.
We have to try and capture him,
Hmm.
but dispatch his guards. And don't forget, he has a literal devil with him.
Yes, but
Splash some holy water on it or something. Isn't that
Yeah.
how that works?
I have a bow and arrow. It wasn't that small.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just because I can understand their language doesn't mean I know how to defeat them.
Okay. So that sounds like a plan. We wait. A couple of us upstairs. He spoke to V initially. So V and Hugo. Oh, yes. V and Hugo could be our welcoming committee. Bring them downstairs. All smiles. And then gotcha.
Yeah.
And
What
what do
might
we have these three do?
Well, what we can do is in this navigation room, set up, have some drinks out, let him sit down, feel comfortable, and V, I don't know what gadgets you possess, but is there something you can fire at him if you are sitting across from him? Like some sort of projectile that could just the thing that shoots the lightning that you have.
Yes, I mean, I can always do that. I can see maybe if I can make some type of contraption that would help us as well.
That could immobilize him,
think-
perhaps.
I think that our best bet is to try to surprise him and split him away from the guards and the devil.
I don't think that devil will leave him. I believe he said it always stays by his side.
We have to figure out a way to split them up so that we don't accidentally hit both of them. And
I mean, look, he didn't look like much of a fighter, right? And Mortlock said he's a bit of a coward, if I recall correctly. So,
He will run if he gets the opportunity.
so I say if we dispatch that little devil of his, maybe all of a sudden he won't feel so brave.
I agree.
I mean, it's better than my
so-
other idea, which was putting my ball bearings all over the stairs and then getting him to walk down them. But
Well.
Home Alone 4, the ship.
Why would you pick the no, Home Alone 5's the worst one?
I didn't know there was more than 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
There are there are only 2. We don't talk about those other 3.
So we can try to
Um,
get him and the devil downstairs away and then keep the bodyguards upstairs, if possible.
I would say if we said to him, I don't see a subtle way of getting the guards away from him without him suspecting foul play.
Mm.
I think the best thing to do is get him downstairs, and I don't think it's possible to separate him from the guards, at least not without drawing some sort of suspicion. And I think that if we try to plan too much, it might be more difficult. I feel like getting him on the ship in below deck, and as long as we all set on them at the same time, take them by surprise, it should be okay.
I think so too.
Okay, let's do that. I am.
But I guess the only question I would ask is there somewhere that Mortlock can hide and jump out? When
I just thought of a devilish plan. What if we tell, what's his name again? Damn.
Emmerich?
Emmerich, that's one. That's the one. What if we tell Emmerich we've captured his brother?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Okay, never mind. I'll be quiet. We'll just ambush
That knife wound must have migrated to your head.
We
Why
could
are
have.
you so mean?
I'm not the mean one, okay? You didn't have to get stabbed. No one had to get.
I got.
Focus.
I didn't. Never mind.
What if we
Anyway.
have Mortlock hide in the rafters like he has been, and then when we go downstairs, he can come down there and then block the exit so that they can't leave.
I mean, I guess
I see. That's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
we can have the three of them as well. Just kind of be auxiliary support. Kind of just have them like working
I
on the
would
ship
rely on
nonchalantly.
Mortlock a little bit
No,
more.
I
to
understand.
block
He's the
the
main.
exit.
He's the main guy, but you know.
Yes.
And what of Rhea? Should she be with Mortlock or should she come below deck with us?
I think she can stay with Mortlock. I don't want them
Yeah.
to feel confused that there's people that they didn't meet earlier.
Also, wait, where's Rhea standing right now?
I mean, did you guys go downstairs, or are you still like up on the deck?
Be up on the deck.
Yeah, she's just standing there, probably next to Mortlock.
I mean, no offense, Rhea, but you seemed a little kill happy about this person. Like, we need him alive for a little bit at least.
He stays alive as long as we can use him.
Okay, that's fair.
Right. So ready to go?
Seems like a plan.
Would you set up any lights or anything on the deck or below deck? It will be nighttime when he arrives.
Yeah, we need some lanterns.
Yeah, I could tinker to put some lovely little lighting spots, and I believe Cyrus has his
glowy balls.
I don't
We
think
could
those
do
last
that.
very
Or
long.
we could just
No, they
light.
don't.
We could light the ship lanterns. I imagine there's some on it.
Yeah, there's some.
We could just light the ship.
Yeah, set the
Yeah,
ship
just
on
like the
fire.
insurance.
Put it on fire. Yeah.
Then
there you
he'll
go.
be dead anyway when he comes aboard. He'll be fine.
God dang it! I didn't mean to do that.
All right.
No, stop.
Yep, that works too. Okay, yeah. So we'll just light the lanterns on the ship, I guess, that exist.
Sure. Yeah. There's
Oh,
there's a
that's
couple of them up on the ship deck, and then there's a couple down below as well, and you can do that there. So you have Mortlock go wait downstairs.
No, he's going to wait in the overhead rafter thing, the
crow's nest?
the crow's nest. Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
sure. Up into the crow's nest. Yes,
Hopefully,
Mortlock.
and tell him to try to not be, peeking out.
He's
That'd be
very
enormous.
big.
I know.
He might be seen. We
Can,
just
can
be
he lie?
Very
Can he
big.
lie down? That's the first question.
In the
though.
crow's nest, no. There's not enough room for him to lie. He could probably like scrunch himself up a little bit, but he would not be able to see over the side.
I mean, if it's
He doesn't need
evening
to be
and
seen over the side. He just has to,
if it's evening and dark, I highly doubt that they will be able to see him that way. If he's high up there.
That's true.
So I would say he stays up there, and then once he sees Emmerich and the guards descend below, he follows down and stands at the doorway, blocking anyone who tries to escape.
That's fair.
sense
Worst
to
case
me.
scenario as well, just face out to the ocean to start, not towards the docks. I would say.
Okay. Where do you want Rhea?
She can just blend in with the rest of the pirates,
The
kind of. It's
crew,
gonna be
yeah.
dark
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
anyway.
just like
She
kind
can
of
just be-
hanging out on the deck here.
Cleaning and
Yeah, doing
swabbing the
maintenance
deck.
things.
Right, swabbing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's
Rubbing
wearing a
up.
lot of armor, and is carrying a sword. Do you want her to not have those things?
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, just hide it in one of the barrels on the boat.
Okay.
So she can get it out pretty easily, but
Okay.
they're not going to inspect our barrels, I think.
We hope, right?
No, don't look at our barrels.
Don't look at our barrels.
There's nothing in there.
It's not for you. Okay.
It's fine. It's just salted boar and hard red
pork. God.
Yep.
All right. Sure.
It's fine.
And so everyone, they're just like meandering around the deck, just doing
they're just
doing
yeah,
work.
just doing
stuff?
chores.
things. Yeah.
Looking busy.
Oh,
Cleaning
yeah.
seagull skeletons,
Yeah. Okay, absolutely.
Are those crows still there?
Oh, they are.
Right.
I would like
They've
to
not
call one
left.
towards me.
What do you say?
Um,
Did you give him a name?
the one I pet, let's call him Pebble.
Pebble.
I don't know why I decided Pebble, but Pebble.
Sure, yeah. So you point at one and go, Pebble, to me.
Yeah, I have my staff like normal, standing.
Uh-huh. And Pebble alights on your staff.
Oh, hello, Pebble.
Is that all you want to do
That's-
with him there? Okay.
Yeah, I just wanna hang out and talk to him, talk to him the way I talk to all of the other animals in my life. Weirdly.
Perfect.
I don't remember reading anything about whatever that is in my books. Is that normal?
Look, I'm from very, very like wooded rural place. Okay, a lot of animals around. You could walk outside, collect your turnips, and you see a family of foxes just scurry through. It's you get used to animals being around, and they get used to you, and you kind of present that energy or something.
So they just you name them and they come to you in the first meeting.
If they like you and you're nice to them, I don't see why not. Look, just because you all don't have great experiences with animals doesn't mean that the fact that I can handle creatures of, I was gonna say lower intelligence, but remembering what has transpired today makes me not say that.
Probably smart.
Okay.
I'm just being full of snark.
I guess we're getting just prepared. So visors down. And I'll be waiting at the front.
I guess
Alright.
well, I don't know if you have, but to be presumptuous, DM, is there a battle map for the lower deck that we could see?
Would you like to see one?
If such a thing existed.
Sure. Yeah, I might be able to conjure something up for you here in just a moment. Why not, right?
Why do you say that so cryptic?
I know. I regret asking.
Great.
This barrel. Put it on the back.
Nice.
Well, it's not as fancy as I thought it would be.
What do you expect the lower deck of a ship to be like?
I don't know.
More spacious.
A little bit more varnished, I guess.
You guys haven't sailed the seas enough. No varnish on the high seas. Actually, it's probably a lot, because otherwise the
That can
water
be one of the selling points.
would
the
comes
loan.
varnished.
And varnish it.
This is like half the size of that other place.
Yeah.
Half the size of that other place?
Yeah.
The other inn.
The
Where,
low lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
This
we
is-
can be a artsy, cramped basement bar ship.
Let's keep in mind that this is literally just a map. The ship itself is
No, this-
larger than what is
No,
presented
Joel,
here.
this is a photograph of the ship. Shut up.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Photograph of the ship. Hugo, since you were over there, that's that location is where the if you go back across is where the navigation room is. And then there is the captain's quarters where
Oh wait, but V and
Rowan
I are
was
going to be
over
the
there.
welcoming party, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
How can this go wrong?
Yes.
yeah, it's fine.
So I guess, yep. We're
Go back up?
Yep, we're gonna go back up.
So I will say, we don't know exactly when they're going to be around because we don't have watches. Wow, who would have thought?
Well, it's just sundown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Yes, the
when
big
it looks
fiery
like,
thing in the sky.
when it looks like that fiery thing in the sky is getting kind of low, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of put some light sources in that below deck, just at random locations, kind of on like the tips of. Essentially, I just don't want it to be super dark down there, so that we can see everyone at all times.
Yeah, it should be. It looks like it's okay right now where the light sources are, but if you want to add a couple of other ones, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be one on each of those canoe-looking things, and then one on the post that is adjacent to the meeting room place.
The post adjacent to the meeting room.
I can't get back in there for some reason. Oh wait, I clipped in there. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, see, I can't actually see right now, but like where I am, kind of.
You just what right where you are?
Well, because where'd the door go? Yeah, okay, so it's
over here.
It's like here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this area. So the
Yeah,
stairs
you
are
should be
lit,
good.
essentially.
There's light in that particular room, but yeah, we can do it on the stairs as well. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There are lights
A little easier.
all over the place down here now.
Oh my goodness.
I have become the Christmas decorator.
Yep.
Nice.
There are let there be lights. I might make these entirely smaller because they're very large right now, but that's okay. Yeah, so some time passes and you wait for nightfall, right? For sunset.
I'm gonna turn to Hugo and be like, I said I didn't want to do this again, and here we are.
Yes, it's well, it's gonna get interesting, I feel. Can't say I'm particularly looking forward to seeing that little flying thing that follows him around.
No.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Any other preparations that you would like to make before Amric shows up?
I am going to pray for the first time, I think, directly to the sun god person, and essentially, you know, just saying, I guess in Celestial. Well, today so far has not exactly been what I would call a bright beacon of goodness, but you know, you did tell me that maybe you know things could be a little more gray, but there's a devil involved here, and my hope is that you will be with us, or at least with me, in vanquishing what I can only assume is incredibly evil. I've not done this before. I don't know if you can hear me, but thanks.
Roll me a D100.
A D100, all right.
Yeah, let's go.
Percentile die.
D100. 61.
Okay. You say your prayer for the first time ever. And there's no response. There's no like traveling to the tree or anything like that. It's just you say your prayer and you hope that you are blessed enough to destroy the devil that seems to be coming with this man. Okay. Anything else, party, before Amric arrives?
I don't like how you say that, but no.
Okay.
Let's get on with it, Joel. Stop toying with us.
Time passes and the sun begins to set. And eventually, as the lanterns are lit along the pier, you see a group of people approaching. Two rather large men. One clearly, an additional man, clearly Amric, dressed all in black, that long black cloak, Jesus. And as well as two others, one much shorter, about halfling sized, walking in the back, and one wearing robes as well. They approach the ship, and you can see the purple devil, brandishing its little trident and all of the spines as it has this winged form. As Amric approaches, says, "Well, it's so good to see you again." The purple demon thing flaps its wings and alights on top of one of the posts on the ship. "Now, I believe that we have business to attend to."
Yes, hello and welcome. Yes. Hello and welcome to our ship. Please come aboard. I see
The
you have brought.
Uncivil Serpent. Is that the name?
Actually, it's recently been changed to Civil Serpent. I think that would be a little bit better for if we are going to move forward with our changes to the ship.
Interesting. And he gestures for his man here to board the ship first, who will. I will assume there's some kind of like gangway here for you to go up and down, and he'll walk past you, V, and kind of like take up over here. Yeah, Amric will board the ship with his retinue, and they'll be over here. The halfling stays on the pier. And yeah, they're just gonna walk around unless anyone says anything or does something. And he's looking at things.
I'll say to Hugo, I'll say,
pushing the rail.
Sorry, I'll say to Emmerich even, I'll go, yes, we've prepared some materials and whatnot for discussion below deck, just so we can have a bit more comfort and privacy.
Right. Below decks, then. Oh.
Will I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Will you be joining us on the ship as well?
Talking to the halfling?
The halfling.
Ha! Not today, ma'am. I'll be over here.
Very well. And I'm going to turn to Emmerich. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No. Just always cautious. That's just Will Scarlet O'Hara's. A bit of a newbie to the group, but he will be keeping watch for us on the pier to make sure that we are not disturbed.
I see.
Will Scarlet O'Hara, that's a curious name. All right. Well, would you like to head below decks?
Yes, of course. Kashara, please come with us.
And the purple-winged devil will flap down and will head down the stairs. Now, which stairwell do you make them go down first? The one closest to the navigation room, or?
No, I was going to do the northern one.
Okay, sure. And they'll go down. This large gentleman will proceed. And he will go down the stairs first, end up on the inside here, followed by Amric as they meander down, and then Kashara as well as they do.
I would like to say I can speak still telepathically to Hugo.
Yep, you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to ask him if he could use his telepathy on Rhea to maybe try to silence the guy out there before Murloc comes down and gives everything away.
I'll reply to V and say, I'm not sure our new friend is much of an assassin, if that's what you mean by silence. She seems like rather the do-gooder sort.
Well, we have a bit of a problem now then, if they have a watcher. He's going to let them know as soon as Murloc moves.
I would argue that by the time he can see Mortlock down here, that might not matter too much. Or, of course, I can always try to do it, but it may attract the attention of our halfling friend on the dock there, too.
Yeah, well, you know, little. We can make it work, and I guess I'll continue and I'll just follow them down then.
Yeah, I'll follow behind. Ooh.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna head downstairs.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Behind
Yes,
them.
everyone is the other two people also downstairs? I see there's two people. up
Yeah,
there.
I
They
thought
stayed.
Rowan and I were
They
just chilling down
stayed.
here.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking. Oh,
Okay.
Are we in the right ambush spot?
yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cyrus
So
is
there's
just in
just
the room
one-
with them, but yeah,
So there's the devil, Emmerich, and one of
one
is
of
it
the guards.
Is it the guard, like a heavy guard, or is it the cloaked guard?
The
one. So
big
there
guy.
was two big guys. Okay.
big guy.
One of the big guys has come down here, so there's only
Mhm.
3 of them down here.
Yes, correct.
Got it.
And he looks. It's a bit cramped here. Is this where we went to do our deal? And he kind of like shoves his guard over the side and takes his spot up here where the chair is.
Yes. You know, there's always renovations to be made, but for now, this will have to do.
So, I'm thinking roughly 2,000 gold to turn this place into a competitive spot for drinking and gambling. It seems that you only really have one floor for this sort of thing, but if we really put our minds to it, we could create something here and use the upper deck, or maybe even tent the upper deck, the outside. Utilize that outdoor space. What did you have in mind?
I like the idea of the outdoor space. Sounds rather nice.
Well,
Yes, that sounds nice. I would like it to be more of an outdoors space since it is a little bit crowded down here.
Well, 2,000 gold with the interest necessary upon it. I believe 20% per week in payment seems suitable here for you to create this place once it's up and running and get the return on my investment. I would also like to be able to conduct business here in your new establishment. Now, there will be fees and things necessary to pay to the harbor master to ensure that the ship here can stay docked for an indeterminate amount of time.
Yes, well, that all sounds somewhat. Did you bring the money with you today?
Oh, no, of course not. We were just here to tour the ship.
Ah, yes, of course. And what did you think of the ship, other than, space being a little
A
restricted?
little small. There were still some blood stains on the deck that we would need to clean. But otherwise, it seems serviceable enough.
I'm kind of glancing around to see if Mortlock's appeared yet.
Why don't we shake on it at least to start, and then we can work out the actual contract details.
Yeah.
And as you stand to shake and he extends a hand, there is a sound from upstairs, and there are shouts, and it seems that a bit of combat has been met.
Question:
Mhm.
Did we touch hands? Like, am I actually have we gripped?
No,
yet?
unfortunately
You're
not.
Oh, come on! You can't give that to me.
And that is right where we end the session, with the sounds of battle being joined up top, and we will start next session with whatever this is going to end up being.
Murder. Lots of murder.
It seems like we always overcomplicate everything. Nothing's ever
I
simple.
take full responsibility for this one.
Nothing's ever simple. You expect me to throw simple things at you? I just had Rowan drowned today, okay?
Can't we just go kill goblins in a cave or something?
Is
like
that what you would you like to do that, Craig? Do you want to go back to level 1 and
So I would
kill some
like a
goblins in it?
gelatinous cube at some point, Joel. If I can.
I can provide
Can
a
we have a
gelatinous
black
cube.
I would
ooze?
actually like to do that.
Can we also provide a gelatinous cube in hell, though? Can I just like put it there? Maybe that's a goal for you to actually get to Avernus.
The
I
helly
only
jelly.
want to fight the rugs that try to smother you.
Yes, rugs of smothering. Love
Yeah.
that.
I only
Nice.
like those now. So if we get
I only like
one or
those
two of those
now.
an episode, and I'll be fine. That's good.
I have a good variant for that
Alright.
one too. We can use that.
Oh,
But yeah.
really?
Thank you for playing tonight. I do appreciate it. It was good to see you guys again, and we'll redo this in
Yeah.
2 weeks' time, I guess.
That's the
I'll
plan.
redo it. Hell no.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. At home, of course, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And yeah, goodbye from me, goodbye from everyone, and goodbye from Craig.
Bye. 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 Bye.